Today, South Africa and Tunisia have been beaten, but the shocking one has been that of Tunisia. Tunisia has been beaten by Namibia 1-0, and they really put up a show, and they scored, I think, more goals, and they found others really being cancelled. The African Cup of Nations 2024 edition is here to obviously tell you what the results were as the game of football really went down in Ivory Coast. Good morning. This is the 17th of January 2024. Rokani David is my name. You can also call me RD, and we're here to bring you the latest news and information as far as everything is really concerned. And let's continue obviously subscribing. We're gonna hit 19,000 subscribers, and let's continue doing that as it goes on as to plan. Now, we thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum. It's a Wednesday in my country. I don't know, some of you might be watching this video when it's a Tuesday, but on the time of recording in my country, it's a Wednesday. Now, let's start it off with what we call the game of Mali versus South Africa. South Africa, by the way, missed a penalty before even Mali took the lead. They got a penalty and they missed it. It was hit up above the bar and it never really stood. They really played very well, by the way. I think they played a better game than Mali, but what Mali had was all about the way they press. That is it. The way Mali was pressing was really very, very nice. And you look at it that most of the goals came in through because of the way they were pressing. And they scored 2 goals in the 60th minute at the hour mark. Hamadi Traore made it 1 for Mali, and Lassine Sinayoko 6 minutes later made it 2. But South Africa really had lots of chances. They hit the post, they had sitters and they missed out on those sitters. And I think for the very first time, I've gone ahead to see a South African team that plays some beautiful football, and you really have to give credit to the manager, because South Africa had taken long without playing in the African Cup of Nations, and they've gone ahead to struggle. Remember, South Africa was an orthodox name in the African Cup of Nations, and I think they went ahead to win it in 1996. And when they had Mark Fish, I think was Ben McCarthy there, and after that, they brought in other players like Sibusiso Zuma. They had Benjamin McCarthy. They had Pinar, who played for Everton. Remember him very well. They had very many good players. Even when they hosted the World Cup, they had Modise, Shabalala. So they had some good players, but it's a shame that now South Africa doesn't have players playing to the elite leagues of Europe. Though they're having a very good league at their home in South Africa, but you need to be obviously having players playing in Europe. When you look at Mali, they had the likes of Yevis Besuma, Haidaras, quality players who play in the Premier League, and others are playing in the Spanish La Liga. Others are playing into the Bundesliga, and that cannot really spare you. But South Africa really had a very good go today, and they really played a very, very beautiful game of football, and I really went ahead to love it. Now, what were the stats of the game? Mali had 16 shots. South Africa had 12. 7 shots on target by Mali. South Africa had 6. 45% ball possession by Mali. South Africa had 55. That's why I told you that they had a lion's share of their possession. They really played some good football. That was good for the eyes. 404 passes completed by Mali. South Africa completed 482. 78% passing accuracy by Mali. And South Africa had 83% passing accuracy. 14 fouls by Mali. 11 fouls by South Africa. 3 yellow cards to Mali, and South Africa had 2. 0 red cards to either sides, and 0 offsides to Mali and 1 offside to South Africa. Then 2 corners to Mali and 3 corners to South Africa. When we go to the table, Mali is topping the table with 3 points. They've gone ahead to beat South Africa. Namibia beat Tunisia by 1-0, and they're second. Tunisia is third, and South Africa is at the last of the table because they've gone ahead to really miss out onto scoring any goal, and the goal is really negative, and that's going to affect them as a side. So that's all about the side of Tunisia. Sorry, the side of Mali, and they've gone ahead to register their first win at the AFCON, and it's gonna be a very competitive group stage because they need to do a lot to obviously go through and obviously find themselves to where they deserve to be as a side of football. Then let's go to Tunisia. Tunisia was the second game of the day that was played, and they lost to Namibia by 1-0. Dion Cavendish in the 88th minute went ahead to make it count, and Tunisia played well, but I think Namibia really also was hitting them on the break. When you look at all the chances Namibia got, it was like, let's leave the ball for Tunisia and let's hit them on the break. You get? And they've gone ahead to keep a clean sheet. That is very important. But Tunisia lacked a lot of prowess into the final third. You know, they looked disjointed. Their attacks never really made a lot of sense. But the side of Namibia had 3 forwards who were good at running. You know, they could run, you know, and the adrenaline was really high. So Namibia found it easy to go past Tunisia, and Tunisia went ahead to be beaten. And to show you that it was really a hard-fought game, look at the metrics of the game. 10 shots by Tunisia, Namibia had 13. Tunisia had 4 shots on target, Namibia had 6. You see? 61% ball possession by Tunisia, and Namibia had 39% ball possession. So it shows you that Namibia had a limited possession, but sorry about that, but their possession never made sense. That is it, because they had 445 passes completed, and Namibia had 270 passes completed, but they only had 4 shots on target, and Namibia had 6. So it shows you that Namibia left the ball for them and hit them onto the break. 76% passing accuracy by Tunisia, 70% passing accuracy by Namibia, 12 fouls by Tunisia, and 13 fouls by Namibia. 0 yellow cards to both sides and 0 red cards to both sides. The referee was really disciplined, and the discipline was really high. 4 offsides to Tunisia and 2 offsides to Namibia. 8 corners for Tunisia and 7 corners for Namibia. So that's how the game of football went ahead to really run down at the stadium down in Ivory Coast, and it was Amadou Gon Coulibaly Stadium. That's how it really went down there. And the first team that really came in through to play today was Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso went ahead to beat Mauritania by 1-0. It was a penalty, and they left it late. That's where things really got ahead to obviously pain hard. Now, today, games being played. Morocco is hosting Tanzania at 20 hours. That is it. DR Congo is going to play Zambia at 23 hours. And for Morocco is the outright favorite for very many people who have gone ahead to predict who is going to win the African Cup of Nations. And I think they last had a lot of vibe when they really had Mustafa Hadji. You remember those days of Mustafa Hadji, right? And now they are back with a bang because they're really having lots and lots of players that can obviously come in through and obviously do the game. You know, Amrabat, Ziyech, Nuri. They're having Abdi from Barcelona. I think they loaned him to a certain team in the La Liga. You know, they're having Hakimi Ziyech. No, this guy. What's his name? The right back of PSG. I've forgotten his name, but he's really one of the best right backs in the world, and they are really a very beautiful team. They're having a very good manager. The goalkeeper is really nice. And by the way, today, I cannot wait to obviously watch that game. I'm gonna love everything that is gonna be displayed by the side of Morocco, and I just can't wait to see them play Tanzania, a team that comes from East Africa, where I'm broadcasting live from. So guys, your reactions to South Africa and Tunisia beaten are welcome in the comment section below. Yefis Besuma's team is going to head to beat South Africa, and they are all triumphant. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. I'm out.